Hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Laid Back Beard Brigade. I'm John Solo. You are not, and Odd has bacon, which is a wonderful thing. Yay. Hello. Welcome. It's been a few days for me. I feel like I've missed you all. My apologies. And let's see, we got Brooke, we got Trace. Hey, Trace. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Hey, Naja, how are you? Cheryl, Betty, look at that. Who else did I miss? I'm sure there's people in there. I'm just not scrolling up far enough. I'm sorry. This has been like a hell of a week for me, and I'll tell you all about it here in a moment. Rest assured, things are doing pretty good at this point, so we're all good. Just to kind of give you a heads up, it was a weird week. We did the y'all know that I'd slipped and vaped again. I'm not vaping at this point. I had to quit. It fucking sucks. But Monday for the Talk to the Beard show with Kelly Fox. This is my first. Dude, I'm so sorry. I was a wreck, which is just daffy. It's just daffy. It's really not that difficult to quit, but it's a mind game. The more you get into your own head about it, the more you get upset about it. So that's where I let myself. It was like halfway through the show with Kelly, and thank goodness that lesbian is a trooper. I like halfway through I realized I have no idea what my guest just said. I have no idea. The last words that came out of her mouth, I wish there was a rewind, because I'm sure it was interesting. It's not her fault. She's fucking amazing. I don't know where I am. I had one of those moments, you know? So, we got through. And Tuesday we did a bunch of work and all was going well. And then Wednesday hit. And Wednesday this week was, so I haven't been to the dentist in well over a decade. I'm not sure how regularly you go to the dentist, probably a lot more often than myself. And there's multiple reasons for that. When I was a kid, my parents, I don't know, we're from Southern Ohio. Dental care wasn't really a thing, I guess. Just wasn't a thing that I grew up with. Then when I started going to the dentist, we had all sorts of root canals and teeth being pulled, and it was horrible. Just a horrible experience. And then I lived most of my, I don't know, mid-20s to what year is, I don't know, without insurance for a long, long, long time. So I never really, I didn't go. So I was having a problem where it wasn't a pain at all. It was just the back of my bottom teeth. My tongue was scraping along this rough edge, and I use my tongue a lot. Don't think I don't know what you're fucking thinking here. By the way, I've got there's a picture of a dentist there. Yeah, see, Ron? Maybe it's just a guy thing. So I wanted to get him cleaned, and we have good insurance now. I'm a member of the SAG-AFTRA union thing, and I've got insurance. So I decided, oh, let's get it cleaned. It's not going to be expensive. And come to find out that they want to do all sorts. They don't just clean. What they do is they want to take some x-rays and they want to poke around in there and see. I wish they would have just said, look here, the power washer, but no. So they take these, and this, if you are so inclined that dental work freaks you out, please don't listen for the next 2 minutes. They take this metal hook. It's like a pirate hook thing. They take it and they want to shove it in between your gums to measure something or other. The first one, I jumped. It was like a cartoon Bugs Bunny jump thing is what happened. It was like I jumped in the chair, which by the way is not good to do when they have a picky hook in your mouth. And she said, "Oh, that hurt." And I just wanted to slap her. Like, no, I always just jumped. So yeah, that hurt. So it come to find out, they ended up having to numb me. First, they did the numbing gel like you give babies when they're gumming. Gumming, is that a thing? They gave me the numbing gel, and that wasn't quite enough. So then they gave me the shots. And this was just to clean my teeth. They had to give me shots. And it was only because of that one. The rest of I was just fine the rest of the way around. But this little girl, I mean, to be fair, she was like, I don't know, 14 or something, and I damn near jumped. I'm sure there were explicatives. I'm sure. So I don't blame her for being a bit intimidated, I guess would be I'm surprised they didn't just knock me out, but they couldn't because they know that that makes it even worse for me. So I had a bad time at the dentist, I guess is the bottom line. Long story short, too late. And so here's the thing. They didn't tell me they were going to numb me. They didn't tell me. It's like suddenly the doctor's in there and he's like, go ahead and open up and, how's the weather? And then he's got like a shot in my, so I didn't even know this was going to happen. Then afterwards, the poor little, she's like 9. She's like, I'm sure you're not going to have a hard time working. And I'm just like, it turns out that I need these tools for my job. So I ended up not recording on Wednesday, which was, I thought that maybe I would just come home and I would come home and sleep it off. It turns out that was not the case. It was like 4 hours later and I was still numb. It was not a good thing. So Wednesday we took off, and come into Thursday, and Thursday ended up just being a very bad day. You ever have a fight with your significant other that you make way worse because you're an idiot? Well, that's exactly what happened. I mean, we're married, arguments happen, that sort of thing. But here's the problem. The problem is not my spouse or anything like that. The problem is me and my emotional connection with reality. I don't deal with emotions very well. I just don't. Now I have tools to be able to do so, but what I need before I deal with emotions is I go into, by the way, I'm very fond of this particular, there we go. That's my man cave right there. I was looking for an image of a man cave. That's my man cave. And I have a lightsaber because that's what I do. What I need is time to process. And unfortunately, sometimes I just don't get that. And that's nobody's fault but mine. If I don't have time to process, I react very poorly in a lot of ways. What I need to do, and what some other people that I know need to do, is we distance ourselves and we think about the problem for a little while, and then we come back and we say, we're able to process it, and then we know how to deal with it. If I am in the moment, I never make good decisions at all. And that's was the case here. And this is what happens to me too. So then I tell like Trace and a few other people, I'm having a hard day. We're not going to work this afternoon. Thank you all for reaching out to me. Everybody knew that I was just having a hard day. Obviously I wasn't working. I'm sorry I didn't respond. I need to hide at times like that. I need to hide. I go away in my cave with my lightsaber and I hide for a little while, and then I'll come back around. Now, I want to stress here that every married couple has a problem, and our problem was minute. It was just, we're a married couple. We'll have an argument occasionally. That's just the way it fucking works. I make it 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times worse, just by not slowing down, dealing with my emotions. And if necessary, I should get away for a few minutes, but I don't. I'm not sure how other people, normal people, deal with emotions like that. The way I deal with them is fight or flight. It's just it. I will either just start swinging. I mean, not physically. I'm not that kind of, but I mean, verbally. And I have a sharp enough mind. I can tear somebody to pieces if I want to, or I run. And my running typically involves some sort of drug or alcohol. That's unless I can physically get away, that geographical cure. Not sure how healthy people deal with it. I know this. I know that I can't really talk it out. That's not good for me. Because I just say the first fucking thing that comes to my mind, and that's never good. I think the best way for me or somebody like me is to kind of hold themselves up for a bit and really think about it. And then once I figure out actually how I feel about something, then I'm able to talk again. So that's kind of what happened. So that was my Thursday, and I did not sleep really much not much at all in between Wednesday evening and Friday evening, as a result of me just being a fucking asshole. So the way this went on, I'm sorry, I've got, does anybody else see that hair? Got big ass hair. I'm uncomfortable talking about this, which means I probably should. Friday we come into it, and I started to get into my man cave a little bit more and figure out actually how I felt about things, and I still was not able to make it all come together. I wasn't able to get back in the booth again. I wasn't able to perform. That sounds way worse but you know what I mean. What I do requires a bit of an emotional stability. It also requires the ability to focus. And it also requires the ability to use your voice properly. I wasn't able to do any of that. I missed the recording of Ramblin' Gremlin, and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to Lissa, one, but I'm sorry to the crowd as well. That's the first that we missed that show since we've started it last year. So I'm sorry that we missed that. I just didn't get to it. I couldn't face the world. I hid away for another day. It ended up coming around, and all this. You see, I am normally a pretty dependable person at this point. I might take a day off, that sort of deal, especially in between projects when I'm but something like this I don't do very often. But I sure as fuck did this time. It ended up being 2 or 3 days of me just flipping the fuck out. I'm sorry about that. So bottom line, I missed the Ramblin' Gremlin show as well. I'm sorry about that. I think the way we're going to handle that is we are not going to record last week's show at this point. It's just kind of a moot point. We'll do a double episode this coming week. That's the best way to handle that. We're going to be back on, obviously, for the Talk to the Beard episode coming up here on Monday. I looked for a picture of Nora, and pictures are hard to find to authors. You ever notice that? Oh, yeah, in here. Here's another thing too. I love you fucks. You all are really good friends. The last thing somebody like me wants to do when they're having a hard time is talk about it. That's the last thing whereas I know a lot of people in the crowd, and I've observed this. I'm part of the Brigadiers Discord group. I observe this from afar. Somebody has a hard time, and 20 other people will jump in and say, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry you're going through a hard time. Just don't say that to me. Just don't. That's like the last thing, because then I feel obligated that I need to respond. And then it's a whole big thing. Do I respond? Do I respond now? Will they be offended if I wait another? And that's just a whole other layer of just, I say that I'm going through a hard time to tell you what happened. I don't need people saying, sorry or anything like the whole Brooke awkward hug thing there. That's about as good as I need. Right? That's it. I hope that makes sense. I hope it. Anyways, the Talk to the Beard, Nora Phoenix. I was looking for a picture of her, and what I found was this. And this is a cartoon of her. It's not a picture. You did say hug, Brooke. I saw that. You said hug. Excuse me, by the way, Brooke, you made me belch. So this is the picture. Now, we all know what Nora looks like. She's been on the show before, and I've seen her in person a couple times, but I couldn't, for the life of me, find a picture of it. So this is what we got. She is going to be a cartoon emoji on our show coming up on I guess that's tomorrow. That's Monday. We just finished up a book called Got Me Wishing. This was Vet Shop Boys Book 2. I looked to make sure that I got that title correct. Now, number 1, I think, is coming out here in a couple weeks. These are Tantor projects, so I don't have any control of when they actually do come out. But we just finished up book 2. I have story times recorded for both book 1 and book 2. I'm trying to release story times closer to the time that they release. So I've got those kind of in the bag. I'll put those out in the group here, when it becomes appropriate, maybe a day or two before release, somewhere in there, so y'all can kind of get an idea and a feel for what they're all about. We cannot do samples of those like we've been doing with all the other stuff because they're Tantor projects, so I'm not dealing directly with the rights holder. But we can at least I got permission to do story times through Tantor. So we've got those. We are currently working on, and today will be the last day in the booth of this one. This is the sex book we were talking about. Ro Horvat, Hedonist, King's Heat, and it's fantastic. I love it. We also have a story time set up for this that I've already recorded. I kind of, as I've explained for the first 20 minutes of this video, I kind of felt, I dropped it's just like it happened when I was 30. I dropped the ball on some of my videos. I recorded them this week. I just didn't get them up on YouTube yet. I have one story time for this that I'll get up as well. And this was supposed to be done on Friday, and I just didn't do it. So that's where we're at. We are going to be moving on after this to Blink. It's a Treasure Trail Book 2. This is Morgan Bryce. This is another Tantor project. It's been a while since I worked on this first one. And also a special thank you to Emma out there. Emma did the pre-production for me on this one, which normally it's either Trace or Jody. So thank you so much, Emma. I love you to death. In the wings, we have coming up Baby and the Billionaire. That's Shifter Rescue Book 3, I think, and that's from our other favorite Brit, Victoria Sue. We've got Sanctuary, which is Wrecked Book 1 by the lesbian herself, Kelly Fox. And then we have Boy Issues, Command and Care Book 1 by Morticia Knight. All those are coming up in the next couple weeks. We're going to be cruising here, so I'm going to be in the booth on Discord here in the next 45 minutes. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Thank you all for hanging out, and thank you for putting up with my silly excuse of I'm a man. This is how I deal with emotions. I'm a man. I love you. Have fun. I will catch you all very soon in Discord if you're so inclined.